I say there are 27 days between now and the day that Yankee pitchers and catchers report, you say the following is on your to-do list. What's still left for you to accomplish?
We got to hire a coach. We're still going through the process and hopefully getting close to hiring a coach to obviously replace Bam Bam, who got the head job over with Colorado. So still in the process of doing that. Want to get that ironed out. We are, we have some things to go through as a staff. We've obviously started to really dive into these new rules, how it impacts us, how we want to implement it, how we want to train for it, prepare our players for it. So those kind of conversations that we'll have in more earnesty with the entire group, with the entire coaching staff and staff. And then just, getting down there and we have a number of guys down there already working out every day at Hines. So excited that it's upon us. You get home from, we went on vacation for the day after Christmas and got back on New Year's Day. And it's like, that's your last kind of disconnect. And you get back and it's like, okay, it's time. So that clock is certainly ticking. We feel ready, excited, and can't wait to get down there and get going.
So speaking of clock, since you brought up the new rules, how likely are you to have pitchers even throwing bullpens with a pitch clock in play just to get them ready for what they're going to face during the season?
Oh yeah, we'll have them on every field. We're starting to order them and how we get them and trying to make sure we have people able to operate them all the time, whether it's on the two small fields in the back. We'll probably have a couple in our 5-pack in the bullpen area. So that's one of the things we've started to lay the groundwork for already. And, hopefully, things like that will, speed up that process. I'm not too worried about it long term. I think it's going to be a really good thing. I think guys will enjoy it eventually, and it'll be a good thing. But I think there'll be a handful of players that it'll be an adjustment in those early days of spring training and those early spring games.
When we talk about pitching, you've been quoted this offseason as saying you think that the Yankees currently have the best starting rotation possibly that you've ever had as a manager, but you'll be missing one piece of that to start the season in Frankie Montas. How concerned are you, Aaron, about the lingering shoulder inflammation that he's dealing with?
Well, I think an important note on that is on the best pitching staff we've had. I certainly think that's potentially the case in what we're capable of when whole, but I also caution that it's January and that's on paper and we got to go out and prove it and show people that. And we look forward to that. We know we have a lot of talented people in our rotation. With Frankie, he's going to be a little bit behind. Hopefully it's something that, we're working through right now. And the biggest thing though with Frankie is getting him right and well, and we feel like obviously when we have that, we feel like we got another frontline pitcher. So, but it's probably going to be a little behind.
I know it's only January and he has to do all the things that you just referenced, but what type of target date do you have for him to be able to pitch the major league game?
No target, but hopefully if everything goes well where he starts throwing in the next few days, we're in January, so that's a pretty long on ramp. To put him into position. Again, we're going to play it conservatively with it because, he has kind of had this lingering nuisance thing going on over the last, half a year. So we want to be smart with it, be conservative with it, make sure he's in a really good spot that when he does join the rotation, he's flying. But I wouldn't want to put a date on that. Until he starts throwing and, then you graduate and get to the point where you're long tossed into your bullpens. And hopefully that goes well here over the next few weeks.
Aaron, you're the manager of the New York Yankees, but you're also a devoted fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, who happen to play the Giants this weekend in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you right out of the chute who's going to win. I need to ask this from a New York angle because most of our viewers are going to favor the Giants.
Yeah.
What worries
you? You're getting me in trouble even more now, huh?
What worries you as an Eagles fan about the Giants?
First of all, I think Brian Dable and his staff have come in and done an amazing job and proving themselves as an elite coaching staff that has a very buttoned up team. We've seen obviously Daniel Jones go to another level. One that I actually predicted when people were writing him off the last couple of years. They just do a lot of things really well. You feel like they're probably not going to beat themselves. I think the biggest thing is it looks like a team that is starting to enter a period where they're going to be an outstanding team in the NFC for a number of years.
All right, we need a prediction. You've got to give us a prediction on the game.
I think the Eagles are going to beat them pretty good. I really do. I think Hurts is healthy. He may not be 100%. The old cliche, who is 100% at this time? I think he is fairly healthy, though, and going to be able to do anything. They're going to get Lane Johnson back on the offensive line. I've been watching the Eagles for over 40 years. I feel like it's the most complete team I've ever seen them have. And I think with the 2 weeks rest and really able to get a couple of guys probably healthy, especially Hurts and Lane Johnson, I think they win in convincing manner.
Wow. Okay, I'm going Giants 24-17 in part because Bob Papa is the Giants play-by-play voice, and he and I were college radio partners. So I'm cheering for his vocals as much as I'm cheering for the Giants. But we'll see what happens this weekend. And Aaron, as always, we appreciate you giving us some time.
Yeah, you're on the wrong end of that score there, Jack. Not too late to adjust that.
For me, Boone is very confident, and I see that yes, this year can be perfect for all of us. And in your opinion, Yankees fan? Leave in the comments.